The Wisdom Podcast is birthed out of the Wisdom blog, a digital healing hub of inspired consciousness, sacred wisdom, and the divine teachings of authentic power, living one's truth, and spiritual, or as we call it, unconditional love. Many of the topics that we cover arise out of my work with clients who have chosen to live their life from a place of self-honesty and truth. And in doing so, they quite naturally began the journey inward, recognizing their authentic self and their capacity for being love, and choosing to live as this in all moments. This is what makes it possible to experience authentic happiness easily. Each episode offers divinely inspired teachings and insight that will show you how to live consciously aware, to access your inner wisdom, and to help you make the best choices towards living a limitless potential. Join me for consciously inspired truth, divine wisdom, and new thought paradigms for living an infinitely abundant and love-filled life, here and now. What do you want to achieve and become based on the deepest yearnings of your heart? In this episode of the Wisdom Podcast, I'd like to explain why a Sankalpa is different from a typical resolve or declaration of intention, and how it can specifically help direct you on your chosen path, with reverence towards what is most wanted and important for your life fulfillment. I also want to share how a Sankalpa helps you to uphold with clarity and greater ease the ways of being that support you in living as your highest or ideal self. I think the timing of this topic is perfect if you are listening at a time of its release when, as we near the end of this first month of a new decade, many continue to look for new practices and life-changing habits that will allow them to live a more fulfilling and compelling life. Last week's episode of Self-Discipline comes as an important reminder that all of what we desire most is possible. We also need to do the work that effectively brings what is most desired to us. A Sankalpa, our focus for this episode, is an important part of holding resolve, determination, and the will to succeed towards what you desire most for yourself and your life, because of what feels deeply meaningful and of purpose. What makes a Sankalpa different from the kinds of intentions, goals, or New Year's resolutions that you may have set previously is a single factor: the power of a Sankalpa. This profound intention or vow is transmuted through the deepest yearnings of your heart. It is also suggested that it is your soul in direct communication with you that inspires you towards greater action and to live awake and on purpose. This makes the determination that you hold for your Sankalpa of the utmost importance, mobilizing you towards an outcome aligned with your highest level goals, beliefs, and values, and for all of who you desire to become. A Sankalpa is a solemn vow, conviction, determination, or will. It is a way to set a powerful intention that connects with your heart's deepest desire to support your highest truth, your dharma, or life's purpose. Sankalpa is the compound of two Sanskrit words. Kalpa means vow, or the rule to be observed above or before any other rule, and san, a concept or idea formed in the heart, and therefore a connection with your highest truth. Think of your Sankalpa as a call to action. It is designed to be results-driven aimed towards fulfilling a particular life goal. It is what you define and live that allows you to enjoy a life of meaning and purpose, aligned with the reason for why you are here right now, in this space and time. A Sankalpa is a declaration of your commitment to uphold and follow a path that allows you to live your truth, your dharma. The concept of Sankalpa appears in the most ancient of all the Vedic texts, the Rig Veda. The art and science of applying Sankalpa was considered to be the foundation for achieving or becoming anything of real significance. What makes it unique is the practice of listening within to your inner wisdom, most specifically to your heart center and to your soul consciousness. Your Sankalpa, stated as a desire, an intention, an affirmative action that originates from your soul, liberates you as you choose what is already a deep yearning and an awakening to fulfill your greatness. Your greatness is not something of ego, but the ability to live your highest potential, to awaken to the fact that you are far more than your physical mind and body. To harness your ultimate potential and power includes being aware of your higher purpose here in this lifetime. If you would like to take in more on the topic of living your greatness, you must listen to episode 1 of the Wisdom Podcast for how to live as your most beautiful and authentic self. The link for this episode will be included in the episode transcripts. A Sankalpa is born from an innermost reverent and spiritual yearning that is beyond any physical, mental, or emotional need. This distinct inner knowing is what rises up from within, perhaps as what appears to be a quiet murmur at first, and then a clear and discernible truth that guides and directs you as a beacon of light towards your highest potential as you walk through life. I invite you to join me here as we explore how your life will support your highest level ideals when you use a Sankalpa as a daily practice. How your Sankalpa serves your spiritual journey, guiding you to discover and actualize your greater purpose in this life. And how to formulate your Sankalpa that aligns you with what is most important to you. A Sankalpa reflects your daily desired actions and decisions and the best choices that you could make towards how you choose to live and who you are. It is your deepest intention and determination, your resolve towards something of authentic importance that aligns you with a deeper meaning for your life. What makes the Sankalpa powerful is its ability to transform your life because of what you have chosen to follow and be. This is your intention, and then as you live this in practical ways. A Sankalpa in a scientific context is a form of neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to change continuously throughout one's life. How does this work? As you integrate your wishes and heartfelt desires into the neurological processes of the brain. This translates into how you function and feel in your body, and ultimately your actions and the outward appearances of who you continue to become. Think of your Sankalpa as the helpful guiding strategy that encodes into your brain a template for how you may live your greatness now. Because there is a bi-directional communication between the brain and the body, this provides a mechanism for our mind to influence our body, as well as for our body to influence our thoughts and feelings and what become our beliefs. Your Sankalpa, your intention, must be reflective of both mind and body, and what is desired most deeply of your heart. If you set an intention or resolution in the traditional way, by deciding in your mind what is wanted, if it is a desire based upon satisfying some external requirement, or a belief that you need to accomplish or achieve something in order to be happy, successful, or to feel at peace, then you have similarly decided that you are not enough as you are. This is both a flawed position and an untruth. It also creates dissonance and discrepancy between what is wanted and the thought or belief that you are not this already, or you do not have this. When you create a Sankalpa statement that is summoned by your deepest desires, and as your mind and heart are aligned towards this desire, and as you rehearse your Sankalpa daily to reaffirm what will support this intention, using your will and desire to carry this out, you will be inspired to live a life of your choice that reaffirms what you already are and simultaneously who you are becoming. When you have an inner desire expressed as a heart-driven calling, whether you call this a life's purpose or a life quest, your Sankalpa and the achieving of this aligns you with the greater purpose for your life. It is sparked by a deeply conscious inner desire. A Sankalpa engages your heart's deepest desire for you to align your thoughts and actions with your true essence, and to know that you already are whole and complete. Your Sankalpa is a declaration of you aligning with your highest self to be all that you are capable of becoming. How do you choose a Sankalpa? Setting a Sankalpa becomes an opportunity for clarity, self-reflection, and discovery. A time to formally align yourself with your highest level goals and a particular direction that you wish to follow in life. It can assist you in formalizing your purpose, reinforce affirmative action, and build self-worth. Discovering your Sankalpa is a process of listening. Your heartfelt desire is already present, waiting to be acknowledged, heard, felt. It is not something that you need to invent, and the mind does not have to go in search of it. I'm also including in the episode transcripts a link for you to have a meditation to use as guiding wisdom for discovering your Sankalpa and for its place in your life. There are two forms of Sankalpa. The first is known as the heartfelt desire, and it is expressed as a statement that reflects your true nature. Requiring no change or action, the heartfelt desire is purely a statement of who you are. For instance, it may be expressed as, I am whole, or I am happiness. And of course, I am love. This type of Sankalpa, according to yogic philosophy, comes not only from the conscious mind, but instead resides deep within us and is key to enlightenment, to the realization of what we ultimately are. The second form is focused on a specific intention or goal. This could take the form of setting smaller goals as focused intentions, which, when realized, help you to live your soul's mission. Setting specific goals can help to connect your conscious choices with your heart's desire and your soul's yearning. To do this, ask yourself what things need to happen for you to progress on your path. And what are the ways in which you desire to be and live in the world? With your answers and in direct communication with your heart and your soul consciousness, you may form a personal Sankalpa that describes what you need to do. When said aloud, the Sankalpa informs the conscious mind of the direction you need to take to make progress on your higher level goals, or life purpose. Before you decide on your Sankalpa, take some time, even a few days if you want, to feel sure and confident. And do this in self-reflection and meditation, and in thinking carefully about your life and what would be your highest goals and desires. A Sankalpa should respect and uphold the deeper meaning of your life, and is a declaration you can call upon to reinforce your true beliefs and guide the choices you make through life. Here are some suggestions of Sankalpas given by Swami Saraswati in his book Yoga Nidra, together with other examples illustrating both forms of Sankalpa. I awaken my spiritual potential. I am a positive force for the evolution of others. I am successful in all that I undertake. I continue to grow and learn from all experiences. I embrace change and transformation. I am aware and awake in my life. I achieve total health. Compassion is my true nature. And with compassion to my body and for all living beings, I choose to eat a plant-based diet. It is suggested that only one Sankalpa is to be in play at any one time, so that you may devote your focus to it completely. Whether it is to be a short-term or a long-term Sankalpa, you must go beyond your intellect and allow it to originate from a moment of inspiration, perhaps during inner reflection, meditation, or as you have been able to listen to your deepest desires emanating from within. Allow yourself to become still and silent in body and mind, and ask your innermost self to reveal it to you, so that it comes into your awareness in a clear, unwavering, precise manner. Tell yourself, I will find my Sankalpa. I'm also going to gift you with a short Yoga Nidra meditation, which is most helpful to access your consciousness and to envelop your Sankalpa practice. You can find the link to this meditation, again, in the episode transcripts. Once you have formulated your Sankalpa, you may wish to use this meditation from time to time to reaffirm and strengthen your resolve. And a word on repeating your Sankalpa. When your Sankalpa has become a positive and concise statement, it is ready to be utilized as a constructive goal, to give a positive direction to your existence. The idea of repeating a Sankalpa is to create the life we are meant to embrace and enjoy. The purpose is to transform one's life physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When made on a mind that is calm and relaxed, the Sankalpa is impressed on the subconscious. We acknowledge and affirm the desire of our Sankalpa at the deep level of our soul, and as we take action using will and determination towards this, knowing that together, with right timing and our efforts, we will be experiencing this in our life. When you repeat your Sankalpa, it should be as if all your mental and emotional energy, all your faith, all your sincerity and devotion have been concentrated into the form of a simple, positive statement. When you repeat it mentally to yourself, do so with full conviction that it will come true in your daily life. Any moment during the day or night can be an opportunity to reinforce, to intensify your Sankalpa. Think of it and mentally repeat it at any time. However, especially seek out the times when your mind feels most receptive to it, and then consciously allow the message to go deep into the subtle realms of your being. For example, Repeat it as your first thought upon waking, as your last thought immediately before sleep overtakes you, in meditation as a mantra, at the beginning and end of yoga nidra, and before and after your meals. Most important is to feel the consciousness of your words expressed deeply throughout your being, as you imagine your Sankalpa already complete and in your present moment reality. Sometimes you may feel that a huge gap exists between yourself and the realization of your Sankalpa. At those times, repeat it mentally and visualize it as if it has already come true, right in front of you in living reality. The force of your mental energy is capable of tremendous intensity, and know that if you are able to harness that force, anything that you set your mind to will come true. And finally, a way to nourish your resolve. Every conscious choice that you make is a choice towards strengthening your Sankalpa. Here is an important and helpful practice. Whenever you find yourself looking to be impulsive, to continue in unhealthy habits or patterns that do not serve your highest self, bring your Sankalpa to mind. In this way, you are reminded of your resolve and the right choices that align you with what is most wanted. In that space between the impulse to act and reciting your Sankalpa, perhaps 3 times, is the opportunity for a pause and to invite your mind to settle into a state of oneness, of presence in this moment, and in the reminder of what you truly are. Enjoy a few mindful breaths here. Find the pause between the breaths to remember your true nature, already complete, already capable of what you wish to be. In this state of wholeness and oneness with divine spiritual energy, rather than confusion, emptiness, impulse, or a lack of hope, remember and live your Sankalpa. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, and I'm also going to leave a list of the amazing resources that help to inspire this episode for you. I look forward to seeing you next week, and our discussion will focus on the beauty of 5 minutes of mindfulness. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of the Wisdom Podcast. To hear more, please check out the other episodes here, and then join me at dorothyratusny.com, where you can share your questions and feedback from this or any episode with me, and where you'll also find the Wisdom blog, the inspiration for this podcast, the latest online courses that I teach, my YouTube videos, an extensive library of free guided meditations for you to experience and enjoy, plus other special offerings of love. Please also visit me on social media and say hello. Allow yourself to go within, to access your inner wisdom, and to live this. Awaken your authentic power, live your truth, and be love. This is Dorothy. Namaste.